Hello everyone, welcome back to Through Black and White Eyes for this latest news update. Apologies, it hasn't been too many recently, but there's been a lot on. And getting drunk on a Saturday, a 2-day hangover, doesn't work anymore. I'm getting too old for this. But anyway, let's dive straight into it, and then we'll get to the other stuff later on that we normally do as well. But first of all, up a few outlets claiming Newcastle United are in talks with XL Desire of Monaco. My information is that's not the case. The player being pushed by an agent and not the Nufc pursuing that is from Keith Downey at Sky Sports. And on once, apparently when Keith speaks, everyone should listen, because apparently he's the only person who knows what everything's going on at Newcastle. Don't think so, mate. But he's saying that it's the agent. I mean, we've heard differently, so we'll just have to wait and see how this one plays out. Good right centre back, but hey, Keith's spoken, guys, so it mustn't be happening. Some other great news. Sky Sports have confirmed 3 of our games in the States are live on Sky in the early hours of the morning. Here are the dates: 24th of July v Villa, 27th of July v Chelsea, and 29th of July v Brighton. I'm at work for all of them. Fantastic. But I hope you guys are off and you can watch some of Newcastle over in America. And if I am available, I'll try and do some watch-alongs, but I'm positive I'm at work for most of them, unfortunately. Next one, a bit of news I wasn't expecting to see, to be honest with you. And I mean, I don't know much about this lad at all. However, we are losing one of our key players in the under-16s. I thought with everything that's been going on now with Newcastle and everything we've got in place, we wouldn't be losing our best players. But apparently he turned 16 in May and he's on the verge of leaving Newcastle to go to Chelsea. And I mean, even his dad apparently works for the club in the under-14s. So what is going on there? I do not know. Big blow for NFC with England under-16 midfielder Ollie Harrison set to join Chelsea. Combo tribunal to follow. Spurs, Wolves, Brighton were also interested. NUFC made player offer but weren't going to break wage structure. Complicating factor is his dad, Steve, is respected as the under-14s coach. So, I mean, why? Why would you... I don't know. It's got to be money. It really does have to be money, reassurances. I don't know. But to leave Newcastle where we are now and what we're becoming, to go to Chelsea, and let's face it, how many players make it through the Chelsea books? I'm a bit confused on that one, especially when your dad works at the club as well. I think the family's had a bit of a brain fart with that one, to be completely honest with you. But we wish him luck, I guess. I think you're making a mistake, young man. Right. The next little bit of news is Swansea City are weighing up a $3 million bid for Newcastle's Harrison Ashby. That'll be a loan bid, though. We're not selling him. We'll be trying to get the man on loan. There's no way we're selling Ashby after just signing him. And also, Kel Watts is to rejoin Wigan Athletic on loan. He's out of contract in the summer. I personally think this is probably the end of Kel Watts' Newcastle career now. He'll go to Wigan and he'll be released after his contract runs out, which is a bit of a shame. I thought he might have made it, but he's obviously not shown enough. Maybe Championship, League One is his level, so we wish him the best. Hope he has a good loan spell and proves me wrong, but it's not looking good for the young man. On to tonight's news. Obviously, it's been all over the place. Obviously, there was no Maxi in the team or on the bench. There was no Maxi in the squad. And by the way, it's 1-0 at half-time. Miggy scored, and you probably already know this. And Tonali looks one hell of a player. But we were told 8 days ago ASM had handed in a transfer request and he wanted to leave, and now it's all coming out. Well done to Liam, who's part of the channel, who sorted that information out, and he got it bang on. Allan Saint-Maximin was not expected to feature at Rangers tonight. NUSC received contact from reps of Saudi Pro League. Future to set determined in coming days. Could still travel to US tour if no deal is struck at. We'll see what happens. Allan Saint-Maximin has failed to travel to Glasgow for Newcastle friendly against Rangers tonight. Genuine interest for him from Saudi Arabia. Blah, 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 blah. We think it's under 50 million, between 45 and 50. He'll be getting £10 million a year, I believe, on his contract from the Saudi club. If you want to go for money, then you're going to the right place, aren't you? And the big thing about this deal for us, I know it sounds daft because it's only 45, 50 million, but it actually releases 100 to 150 million of FFP money for us this summer. So that allows us to sign at least 3 more players. And that is what we need desperately. So I'm all for the deal. I love Maxi, his ability, but he's injury prone. His record shocking. I know he can change a game on his day, but that it's too far between. It's 1 in 5, 1 in 6 games he does something. He was starting to show a glimmer of it last season, but again, he only played 13 games. It's not good enough. So Maxi's off. There's the bit about the FFP. I'll be very sorry to see SM leave, but the way FFP works, a 50 million receipt will allow us to spend almost 200 million. Getting Barnes in for around 40 million leaves another 160 million to spend. And what we lose in ASM on a good day, we potentially gain with more consistency. So as I mentioned, my Barnes, 13 goals last season. He's up there in the last 4 years with Rashford and Foden when it comes to goals and assists. Yes, he's not as flash as Allan Saint-Maximin, but he's consistent. And that's what Eddie Howe likes and what he wants. And the news is I have actually been told it's been done. And there's a medical booked in for Sunday. We'll see if that develops. Ben Jacobs has come out and said, understand agreement between Newcastle and Leicester for Harvey Barnes is now not far off. Talks positive with fee in excess of 35 million discussed. Harvey Barnes is set to sign for NUFC. Understand medical has been scheduled since Sunday. Fully expect the deal to be finalised within the coming week. Another one from a Newcastle journalist or wannabe journalist, whoever they are. But all the noise is that Barnes is a done deal, which is a shame because it puts this one to bed a little bit for me. Which is, I mean, we've got the money now to be able to do it. And it makes me think maybe we're getting Barnes and him, but I doubt it because we need a left back and a right centre back. We have had some information. I don't know how good it is or whether it's really bad or not, but it kind of makes a little bit of sense because Dubravka's not in goal tonight. Karius is. Karius going to be the number 2? And what we've heard is that if we are looking at this man, Cava, as I like to call him, there is a chance that there could be a money plus Dubravka deal for Napoli if they want to entertain it. It's a very interesting theory. I personally can't see it. I think Barnes is going to be the man, which is such a shame because we all know how good Cava is. But hey, we're getting a solid player in Harvey Barnes, and that allows us to hopefully buy a left back, a right centre back, and then we'll see what else is left in the kitty. But sacrificing Saint-Maximin is the right time to do it because his stock is going to start to go down. The more he gets injured, the more he misses games, his value starts to massively decrease. So that's all the information we have on the latest news side of things. A little bit of information there that's not been put out there. A lot of it's already out there. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Please hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up button. It really does help us. There is a membership option if you're interested. There's a super thanks button if you want to do it. It's entirely up to yourselves. Thank you to everyone who is a member. You help run this channel. We've got prizes to give away every month, and that is from our sponsor, Diet Crow. Check it out in the description. Quality guy and family. We can ship in the UK as well, and the prices are really good, and some of the clobber is unbelievable. And you also get 20% off if you use that code. And don't forget about Benfest, another partnership we have with this channel. We'll be doing their match day highlights, and that should be out very, very soon. But Benfest, 29th, 30th of July. Get involved, guys. Really good little club. £3.50 a pint as well. Great prices. Get yourself down there and enjoy yourself on that weekend and listen to some great tribute bands. I wish I could be there myself, but I'm at work. But I'm sure you guys can make it in an unforgettable weekend. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up, and hopefully see you again in the comments or on our next live show when that comes out. Take care till then.